Okay, let's start. Srushti, is the screen visible? Perfect. Okay. So we'll begin. Okay. So first we'll go through the basic formulas that we are going to use in JE for this chapter. What is general equation of a plane? We know general equation for line ax plus by plus c is equal to 0. For a plane, we need 3 points. So ax plus by plus cz plus another constant term, say suppose d is equal to 0 would be a general equation. So x plus by plus cz plus d is equal to 0. Also, the equation of plane is going to be first degree general equation. So you are not going to have any x square terms in it. The reason is whenever there is square, the curve is going to be present. Normal to a plane. Suppose you have a plane which is represented by letter pi, and we are drawing a perpendicular to it. That perpendicular is meeting at M, and the perpendicular is also passing through point P. So the PM is a normal to my plane. Then equation using the normal form is Lx plus My plus Nz is equal to P, where L, M, and N are direction cosines. Also, we know that values of direction cosines L, M, and N are cos alpha, cos beta, and cos gamma. So I can also write this as x cos alpha plus m cos beta plus n cos gamma is equal to P. So this is your diagram. Origin is represented by O. Normal is drawn onto your plane pi. Normal is meeting at point of n. Length of that normal is denoted by P. And the distance of the plane from origin is denoted by capital letter P. So I can say that capital OP is my distance from origin. Capital ON is the distance of the normal or normal to the plane pi. In that form, or the normal form of my plane is Lx plus My plus Nz is equal to P. So two general equations are, first one is ax plus by plus cz plus d is equal to 0, and another equation is when you have your direction cosines, Lx plus My plus Nz is equal to P. Also, we know that L, M, and N are direction cosines. Therefore, their square values addition is 1. L square plus M square plus N square is 1, or cos square alpha plus cos square beta plus cos square gamma is equal to 1. If it is passing through origin, then Lx plus My plus Nz should be equal to 0. And if it is not passing through origin, then I can say equation is plus By plus Cz plus D is equal to 0. The perpendicular distance of any point or origin 0, 0, 0, 0 to the plane x plus by plus cz plus d is given as this. Also, the perpendicular distance is given by using this formula, ax1 plus b1 plus cz1 plus d upon under root of a square plus b square plus c square. So compare this with the perpendicular distance of a point to a line. In the case of a line, we had the perpendicular distance formula as ax plus by plus c upon under root a square plus b square. So for a line, we had 2 points, x and y coordinates. In the case of a plane, we are having 3 coordinates, x, y, and z. So equation is same. for plane we are having ax plus by plus cz1 plus d, and then under root of a square plus b square plus c square. Similarly, the perpendicular distance from origin. So when you want to find distance from origin, you are going to substitute your x1, y1, z1 coordinates as 0, 0, 0. Therefore, the formula would change to mod of d upon under root of a square plus b square plus c square. Next formula. If ABC are the direction ratios, then equation of plane can also be written in this format. And if it is given that the direction ratios are ABC and the plane is passing through a particular point x1, y1, z1, then we can write the equation of the plane using this: a x minus x1 plus b y minus y1 plus c z minus z1 is equal to 0. In this case, a, b, c are your direction ratios of the perpendicular that is drawn to the plane. So perpendicular which is drawn to the plane is nothing but your normal. So if you have direction ratios of your normal a, b, c, and it is given that it is the normal is also passing through the point x1, y1, z1, equation of plane is a x minus x1 plus b y minus y1 plus c into z minus z1 is equal to 0. And if 3 points are given to you, then you can find the equation of plane using determinant form. So what is determinant form? You can subtract the consecutive terms. So x minus x1, x2 minus x1, x3 minus x2, then y minus y1, y2 minus y1, and y3 minus y2. So write into determinant format and expand. If 3 points are given, then equation of plane can be using the determinant form. And you can also find determinant or the equation of the plane if a particular point and direction ratios are given. Also, you can find equation of plane in terms of your direction cosines L, M, and N. So multiple equations of planes are as follows. So first one is when you are having your direction cosines of normal and the plane is passing through one point, you can use a x minus x1 plus b y minus y1 plus c z minus z1. If all the 3 points are known, then you can use the determinant format. And if the direction cosines are known, then as we have seen earlier, you can use your direction cosines to get the equation of the plane. Also, the perpendicular distance of any point to the plane is given by ax1 plus by1 plus cz1 plus d upon under root a square plus b square plus c square. And if that point is origin, then I can say x1, y1, z1 is 0, 0, 0. Therefore, the distance of plane from origin is mod of d upon under root a square b square c square. Also, general equation of plane is ax plus by plus cz is equal plus d is equal to 0. It is going to be a first degree equation in 3 terms: a, b, and c. You can also get equation of a plane from its intercepts. So let's compare this first with the line chapter. In straight line, we know that if I have my both the intercepts of x-axis and y-axis, then equation of a line is given as x upon a plus y upon b is equal to 1. X upon a, where a is your x-intercept, plus y upon b, where b is your y-intercept. So similarly for plane, instead of just a and b, you'll have 3 intercepts on your x-axis, y-axis, and z-axis. So let your 3 intercepts be a, b, and c. So similar to your line formula, equation of a line is x by a plus y by b is equal to 1. Equation of plane would be x by a plus y by b plus c by plus z by c is equal to 1. So these are your intercepts. It is meeting x-axis at a. As it is meeting at x-axis, its y and z coordinates are 0. So coordinates of a are a, 0, 0. Coordinates of b would be 0, b, 0, and coordinates of c, as it is meeting at x-axis, would be 0, 0, c. You have all your 3 intercepts a, b, and c, where a is x-intercept, b is y-intercept, and c is z-intercept. Then equation can also be obtained using this formula, xy plus y by b plus z by c is equal to 1. Also, if you want to find the intercepts of this plane, ax plus by plus cz plus d is equal to 0. Equation of a plane is ax plus by plus cz is equal to 1. So just equate minus d to other side, plus d will become minus d, and divide by d throughout. I will then get a upon minus d, b upon minus d, c upon minus d, and then take a to denominator. So that would give me x upon minus of d by plus b upon minus of d by b plus c upon minus of d by c. So those would be my x, y, and z intercepts. So as I said, the theorem is also pretty simple. Just taking d to other side, then dividing throughout by d, taking a, b, and c terms to denominator. X by a format is there, where minus of d by a is going to represent your x intercept. Similarly, your y and z intercepts are okay. Angle between two planes. Now we know angle between two lines, and to use or to find angle between two lines, we use the formula of cos of theta. Cos of theta, again, there are multiple formats. If you know your direction ratios, we can say that is equal to L1, L2 plus M1, M2 plus N1, N2 is equal to whatever the value comes. If that value is equating as 0, then I can say that angle between those two lines is 90 degrees. I can also find the value of cos theta from my direction ratios, which is a1 a2 plus b1 b2 plus c1 c2 upon under root of a square plus b square plus c square, then into under root of another direction ratio square. So a2 square plus b2 square plus c2 square. Similarly, angle between two planes. So angle between two planes is nothing but angle between the normals which are drawn to the planes, and normals would again be equal to your lines. So angle cos theta formula is going to remain same. Cos of theta is equal to, for direction ratios, same as that of line. And in terms of your direction cosines, it would be L1 L2 plus M1 M2 plus N1 N2. The planes will be parallel if they satisfy the condition of the direction ratios being equal. So direction ratios of both the normals a1 b1 c1 and direction ratio of second normal a2 b2 c2, the ratios should be constant. If the ratios are constant, I can say that the two planes are parallel. Also, for the two planes to be perpendicular, I need the condition a1 a2 plus b1 b2 plus c1 c2 be equal to 0. So where does this condition come from? We have seen the cos theta formula over here. Cos theta is a1 a2 plus b1 b2 plus c1 c2. If theta is substituted as 90 degrees, so cos 90 would be 0. That would give me values of this term a1 a2 plus b1 b2 plus c1 c2 equal to 0. Similarly, conversely, I can say that if the values of this direction ratio multiplication is 0, then the two planes are going to be perpendicular. We have also seen this equation in previous slide. Equation of the plane which is passing through x1 y1 z1 and parallel to another plane x plus by plus cz plus d is given by a into x minus x1 plus b into y minus y1 plus c into z minus z1. The same equation is going to be present if your plane is passing through any particular point x1 y1 z1 and perpendicular to the line. So perpendicular to the line whose direction ratios means your normal. So direction ratios of normal are given to you a, b, and c, and a point is given to you. So if you have direction ratios of your normal and the point through which your plane is passing, then you can use the same equation again. A x minus x1 plus b y minus y1 plus c z minus z1. And in the previous case, it was that you had a point and it was given that your plane is parallel to another plane ax plus by plus cz. So just go through these two equations. and the equations of planes. Okay, let's move to the next slide. Now, equation of xy plane. So a normal plane is going to lie in all your three coordinate axes x, y, and z. However, if it is mentioned that equation of a plane is, or the plane is lying in only xy axis. So as the plane is lying on xy axis, it is not going to have any z coordinates. Therefore, value of z in that case is going to be 0. Similarly, yz planes will have the x coordinate as 0 and zx planes will have their y coordinate as 0. If it is given that equation of plane is passing through a point x1, y1, z1 and it is parallel to yz plane. If it is parallel to yz, I can say that it should meet somewhere on x-axis. So the point where it cuts at x-axis is nothing but that x is equal to x intercept or x is equal to x1. Similarly, if it would cut my xz plane, then equation would be, or it would be parallel at y is equal to y1. And if it is passing through a point and parallel to xy, then it would be parallel to z is equal to z1 plane. Just go through this and let me know if you have any doubts up till this point. Ayush, Neha, Omkar, Vic, Yash. Do you guys have any doubt in this particular question or the formulas that we have seen until now? Any particular formula that needs more explanation from your side? No doubts. Perfect. Okay, let's continue then. Distance between two parallel planes. We know distance between two parallel lines. Distance between two parallel lines. Suppose the two lines are ax plus by plus c is equal to 0 and another line is a2x plus ax plus by plus c2 is equal to 0. Then the distance between those two lines is mod of c1 minus c2 or c2 minus c1 upon under root of a square plus b square. So same formula you will be using for your planes, but instead of your ax plus by plus c equation, you have ax plus by plus cy plus cz plus d is equal to 0. Here, as the planes are parallel, values of ax plus by plus cz would be constant. However, your d1, d2, d3 would be changing. Therefore, what you have to do is just take difference between d1 minus d2 or d2 minus d1 upon under root of a square plus b square plus c square. So same formula that's equal to your formula of line. The only difference is instead of just a square plus b square in case of lines, we have a square plus b square plus c square in terms of planes. So if you know all the formulas of lines, you can similarly find out all the formulas for planes. The formulas are interrelated. So learning formulas of lines will be beneficial to learn the formulas or understand the formulas of planes in a better way. So as I said, x plus by plus cz plus d1 is your first plane, x plus by plus cz plus d2 is your second plane. The x plus by plus cz values are going to be constant. Only your d1, d2, d3 values will change as the distance is going to be different. So you have to find the distance between those two planes. The distance is d1 minus d2 or d2 minus d1. As the distance is in mod, you can write in conversely, it won't make a difference upon under root of a square plus b square plus c square. Okay. So let us see few questions. The direction of a normal to the plane is question mark. So direction cosines formula we have seen earlier. Direction cosines are L, M and N. L is nothing but your direction ratios A upon under root of A square plus B square plus C square. So what is A in this case? Equation of plane is given as Ax plus By plus Cz is equal to D. Therefore A is equal to 2, B is equal to 3, C is equal to 5. Your direction cosine L is A upon A square plus B square plus C square under root. So 2 upon under root of 2 square plus 3 square plus 5 square. So 5 square is 25 plus 3 square is 9 plus 2 square is 4. So 25 plus 13, 38, under root 38, and 2 is given, so 2 by root 38. So that would be your correct answer. Okay, let's see next question. Read the question and answer this in the chat box. You have 30 seconds for this. We already seen the formula for this. Equation of plane when it is going to pass through one point and it is parallel to zx plane. So if it is parallel to zx plane, what should be the equation of that plane? We have seen three conditions. If it is parallel to zx, if it is parallel to xy, if it is parallel to yz plane, then the equations are this and this respectively. So type in your answers. You have 30 seconds for this. Pretty straightforward question. Or else I'll give you 4 options, A, B, C and D. Just type in which answer is correct answer. Okay. Rutvik is saying y is equal to 3. Others? Others also have to answer this fast. Any other response? Neha, Omkar, Srushti. Okay. So simple. It is zx plane. So answer should be y is equal to y1 coordinate. Y1 in this particular case is 3. Tell me the answer if the question was given this way, that the plane passes through the same point 2, 3, 4 and it is parallel to xy plane this time. So what would be the answer? Instead of zx plane, it is parallel to xy plane. So answer would be z is equal to 4 by Omkar, option 3 by Rutvik. Perfect. And third, if it was parallel to yz plane, then the answer would be Omkar is saying 1. That is your first option. X is equal to 2. Perfect. The intercepts of the plane 3x plus 4y minus 6z is equal to 12 on coordinate axis. Again, we have seen formula for this one. Intercepts is nothing but if it is passing through origin, equation is going to be x by a plus y by b plus c by z is equal to 1. Now it is given that it is not 1, it is 12 on the other side. So what you'll have to do is first you'll have to divide by the 12 and then take 3 on its denominator. So intercepts would be 12 upon 3, which is equal to 1 by 4. Then 12 upon 4, that is 1 by 3. And 12 upon minus 6, that is minus of 2. So very easy, simple. what you're going to do is you're just going to divide throughout by 12 and then take 3 on its denominator. So 12 upon 3 would be 4. 12 upon of 4 would be 3, and 12 upon of minus 6 would be minus of 2. So the answer is 4, 3 and minus 2, or it will come in the form of x upon 4, 1 by 3 into y, and minus half into z. So compare that with xa, x by a plus y by b plus z by c is equal to 1. Still you'll get answer as 4, 3 and minus of 2. Perpendicular distance from origin to the plane is question mark. Again, straightforward question. I'll give the 4 options. Type in the answers to let me know which one is the correct answer. Omkar, Rutvik, Neha, Srushti. Fast. A, B, C or D? Rutvik is saying option 4. Okay. Others. Omkar and Neha and Srushti. What is your response? What do you think the answer should be? Omkar is saying option 4. Okay. Neha is also saying option 4. I'll give you one more chance. Just think again. What is the formula? Formula is mod of d upon under root of a square plus b square plus c square. So calculate again and type in the answers. Are you sure that it's option number 4? Rutvik has changed answer to option 3. Neha has changed answer to option number 2. Omkar is left. Okay. So it's simple. Perpendicular distance from origin. So x1, y1, z1 coordinates are 0, 0, 0. Formula is mod of d. So mod of 14 would be 14 upon under root of a square plus b square plus c square. So that is 2 square plus 3 square plus 6 square. 6 square 36. 2 square is 4. 3 square is 9. So 36 plus 4, 40 plus 9, 49. Under root of 49 is 7. So 14 upon 7 is 2. So correct answer is 2. It was pretty simple. Type in if you have understood this so that I can move to next question. As you had got this answer wrong. So is this clear now? Neha and Srushti are saying yes. Omkar and Rutvik, did you guess why or did you understand now why the answer is 2? Omkar and Rutvik saying yes. Perfect. So let's move to next question. Distance between parallel planes, this and this is equal to question mark. Okay, we have already seen formula for this as well. So again, I want you to type in the answers, A, B, C or D option. You have 30 seconds, fast. Nia is saying option number 3. Omkar is also saying option number 3. Rutvik and Srushti are left. Perfect. So everyone has got the answer. No need to go into details. You can use your formula d2 minus d1. So d2 is minus 3, d1 is 0. So minus 3 minus 0 would be minus 3. You're taking mod, so that would be 3. 3 divided by under root of a square plus b square plus c square. That is 1 square plus 1 square plus 1 square. That is under root of 3. So 3 upon root 3, it will cancel out. Only root 3 will be left. So answer is root 3. Okay. So I'll share this PPT slides with you. You can download this and revise your formulas. Tomorrow we'll see a bit difficult questions, and we'll also start with the questions that have appeared in your JEE exam. And after that we'll see last lecture on planes, which will only concentrate on the questions that have appeared in your JEE exams. Before ending this lecture, I wanted to ask one more thing. Do you want me to go more fast than the speed I am going, or you want me to go a bit slower? So type in yes or no, or if you want more fast or slow, or the speed is okay with which we are currently proceeding. Okay, Rutuk is saying constant speed. Okay, others.
Want coffee?
Omkar and Neha. Okay, the speed is okay and same speed. Perfect. Also, a second point that I wanted to ask is the language comfortable, or should I use more of Hindi and English, or should I use a combination of English and Marathi, or should I use a combination of Hindi and Marathi? So I can use combinations of Hindi English more, or Hindi Marathi more, or purely focus more on Hindi Marathi, or currently we are mostly using English. So is this suitable to you? Okay, Rutuk is saying English is perfectly fine with him. Good. Others? Omkar is also saying perfect. English is okay. Neha and Srishti are saying English is good, best. Okay. So perfect. So we'll continue the lectures in similar fashion. One more thing. Is there any other change that you're expecting? So as I had asked you in previous lectures, if you want me to use more of green screen or PPT, there were mixed reactions. Of some were there for more of green screen and some for PPT. After which I've started including both few parts of lectures on green screen and few parts using PPT. So is there any other change that you expect from this? Or is the current format good to go? So again, type in. If you want to suggest any change, you can suggest the change, or if it's the current format is going good, just let me know. Okay, Rutuk is saying current is best. Others? Neha, Srushti and Omkar? Okay, Srushti is saying current is good. Perfect. So Neha and Omkar. And who else is there currently? Okay. Okay, Neha is also saying that this is comfortable. Good. Next point that I wanted to discuss is regarding homework. So currently I'm not sure how much sums you're solving at home or what kind of practice you're doing. So from next lecture onwards, I'll be giving some assignments or homework from my end. It is expected that you'll be solving those, and uploading that to Tushar sir. So are you guys okay with that? Because unless and until you practice at home, attending just online lectures would create future problems. So you need assignments. Okay, Neha is saying that you need assignments. Perfect. Ayush is saying yes. Rutik. Okay, so from next lecture onwards, I'll give, first we'll start with 10 questions. I'll sort out the 10 questions that are required as assignment. I'll also be providing with the answer sheet. If possible, I'll share the PPT slides, which will have both questions and answers. So you can solve from that itself. Still, after that, you have any doubts, you can ask to Tushar sir, and your doubts will be clarified. Perfect. Okay, next point is regarding attendance. So the students that I see every day, the numbers keep on changing, and the students also are changing every day. The most common ones or the common names that I see every day is Rutvik, Srushti, Omkar. Other names, I see that it's present on one day, it's not present on another day. So consistency during lectures is important. Okay, I'll end the lecture here. Thank you, everyone. We'll see in tomorrow's lecture.